What is value selling and why to use it? Each sale is another opportunity to provide value. Brian Tracy. As our world expands and becomes more advanced, we see an increase in product and service offerings. On top of that, consumers have access to tremendous amounts of information that aids them in their decision-making and purchasing process. So how do you cut through the incredible amount of noise and information in order to find success with your own product and service? The answer comes in two parts. The first part is to do as many other companies already are, focusing efforts on creating a product or service that stands out and is truly unique to your ideal consumer. The second part is to actually show your potential customers how their purchase will create value in their lives. This is where value selling comes into play. So what exactly is value selling? In reality, people don't buy products, they buy the results the products will give them. Value selling is a sales technique that leverages customer anticipation of enjoying the results and benefits of their purchase. With this approach, the sales conversation focuses on how the buyer's life will be improved by the product, rather than the actual features and uses of the product. In simpler terms, value selling focuses on how the product or service will provide unique value to the customer. The goal is to show the customer the happiness they'll find or problem they'll be able to solve with the purchase of your product or service. Value selling works so well because it makes a huge difference in how your customers will view a potential purchase. It can be more effective than other sales approaches, which usually focus on the product itself without trying to understand each customer's unique needs. Understanding the value of your product or service will also enable you to create a better pitch and determine your target audience more successfully. Here are the steps you need to take in order to start selling your product or service for its added value and attracting the right kind of customers. The first step is to know your buyer. To help you figure out who your customers really are, you need to dedicate time and effort to research and learn about them. Look into their likes and dislikes with their current situation and what their process is for looking for solutions. Also try researching how the other solutions they've tried in the past worked out for them. Understanding these traits will help you create a value proposition that is able to address those points of concern as top priorities you can solve for them. Compare what you learn to your understanding of your product or service's unique selling proposition, otherwise known as USP. How does your product or service stand out against the competition? How does it provide value to your potential customers? Knowing the ins and outs of your USP will allow you to truly believe in what you're trying to sell. Understanding these traits will help you create a value proposition that is able to address those points of concern as top priorities you can solve for them. Your next step is to identify the problem your buyer is looking to solve. Once you understand your buyer and their current needs, define the problem they're looking to solve. How have the competitors not been able to solve that problem? And how is your product or service determined to solve it for them? These questions will create the backbone of your value proposition. Once you answer those questions, list out the ways your product or service solves the problem. Your product or service exists because it provides unique value to your customers. Define those elements clearly and efficiently. Those are your biggest selling points for your customer. From there, make distinct connections between their problems and your solutions. Give examples of the return they will see once they use your product or service. Provide evidence of how your product or service has helped similar customers. This will help you gain trust with your potential customer. Present your solutions in a way that portrays you as a resource to your client, rather than another salesperson. Think of it as a partnership rather than a transaction. The more you understand your buyer, the more value you can add to their lives and yours. Once you build trust and develop a relationship with your customers, you'll create a very valuable partnership in which both you and your buyer will reap the rewards. Remember, selling is a skill that is learned.